16-11 class. Question here is, what is the adjusted net income for 2019? For us to get the adjusted net income, we should expect that we are given with the net income in 2019. Does the problem give you the 2019 net income class? It says here that the adjusted net income is 3 million. Okay, so we focus first in 2019. Our income is 3 million. Then what happened? It was revealed on December 31, 2019 that the entity failed to accrue sales commission at the end of each year as follows. In 2017, 220,000, 2018, 140. Class, for your 2019 class, you do not have this failure because you're not supposed to recognize this in 2019. If it is a sale commission that was incurred in 2017, it should be recorded in 2017. So it is the net income in 2017 and 18 that should be recorded for this one. Okay. But here, in each case, the sales commission were paid and expensed in January of the following year. So what does this mean? For 2017, the 220,000 sales commission was not recognized, but it was only recorded in 2018. So what is the effect of that one? The 2017 net income is overstated, while the 2018 net income is understated for these 220,000. Plus accrued sales commission kasi would be in a form of expense on our part. Okay, please do not think that we are the one receiving the commissions, class. Okay, the sales commission here are the one that we are going to pay out to our sales agents. So if it says we failed to accrue sales commission, we failed to recognize sales commissions as an expense in 2017 and 2018. Okay, so what happened in 2018 was that the 220 was recorded even though it should have been recorded in 2017. Okay, but again, as I've mentioned, generally this should not have any effect in the 2019 net income. But for the 2018 class, the sales commission in 2018 is 140,000. When should that have been recorded? It should have been recorded in 2018. But when was it recorded? It was only recorded the following year. So that means the 140,000 commission was only recorded in January 2019. So that means the 140,000 here was included in the computation of the net income in 2019. Should it have been included in the 2019 computation of net income? No, because again, it is an expense in 2018. But what happened? It was included as part of the expenses in 2019. So that means the expenses in 2019 is overstated. And if your expenses are overstated, class, what will happen to your net income? Your net income would be understated. So that means the 3 million income here is actually understated by 140,000. And how do we correct an understatement? We correct it by adding the amount of understatement. So we will have to add the 140 to the 3 million. Okay, next. Errors in ending inventories for the last 3 years were discovered to be as follows. The 2017 here, class, would no longer be relevant. Definitely the 2019 understatement will be relevant. But also the 2018 class would also be relevant. Why? Because the ending inventory in 2018 will serve as the beginning inventory in 2019. Okay? The amount reported in 2017 has no relevance in the income computation for 2019. Obviously, again, the 2019 is relevant, but I hope you understand why the 2018 amount is relevant. Because again, the ending inventory in 2018 will serve as the beginning inventory in 2019. Okay, let's do the analysis first for the 2019 misstatement. What happened to the ending inventory in 2019? It is understated by 150,000. And what is the effect? What do you do with the ending inventory in computing for your cost of goods sold? You deduct ending inventory from tigas to get your cost of goods sold. So if the amount you're deducting from Tigas is understated, what will happen to your cost of goods sold? Your cost of goods sold would be overstated. And if your cost of goods sold is overstated, what will happen to your net income? Your net income would be understated. And how do we correct an understatement, class? By adding or increasing it equal to the amount of understatement. So what else do you have to do? Add 150,000 to the 3 million representing the understatement in your 2019 ending inventory. Okay? And if you have already understood the analysis, class, we can now start to memorize. What then is the relationship between a misstatement in the ending inventory and your net income? Correct. They have a positive correlation, class. If ending inventory is understated, what will happen to your net income? Net income will also be understated. Okay? Again, as we practice, class, we will do the analysis. We will not rely on our summarized rules. Next, for 2018, ending inventory. Will the analysis be the same? The answer is no, because the 540,000 overstatement is relevant in 2019, not because it is the ending inventory, but this time it is our beginning inventory. And is beginning inventory part of your cost of goods sold computation? Yes, it's one of the first things you will have to take into account. Because what's the first step in solving for your cost of goods sold, class? You start with the beginning inventory and you add your net purchases to get your total goods available for sale. So that means if your beginning inventory, class, is overstated, what will happen to your tigas? Your tigas would also be overstated. If your tigas is overstated, what will happen to your cost of goods sold? Your cost of goods sold would also be overstated. And if your cost of goods tigas is if your cost of goods sold is overstated, what will happen to your net income? Your net income would again be understated. Okay, so that means the 3 million is further understated by 540,000. And how do we correct that one? By adding 540. Now, what would be our summarized rule? What's the relationship between net income and beginning inventory? Indirect, class, or inverse? So that means if beginning inventory is overstated, what will happen to your net income? Net income would be understated. Or if beginning inventory is understated, that means net income would be overstated. Again, class, I would suggest that you always talk to yourself as you try to answer these kind of problems. So far, what do we have? 3 million plus 140 plus 150 plus 540. I think that's it. So, what do we have? 3 million plus 140, 140 plus 150, 290 plus 540. How much will that give you? 3,830,000. So that will be the answer there. And here, class, my problem with this topic, class, is that I really cannot give you anything to remember because it's just a matter of you exercising your logic, class. Next question, what is the adjusted balance of the retained earnings on December 31, 2019? Let's do the long version of solving this one, class. Let's start from all the errors that we have determined. Let's start with 2017. What happened in 2017? We failed to accrue expenses. So what does that mean? Total expenses in 2017 is understated. Okay? And what does that mean? That means the net income would be overstated by how much? Net income in 2017 would be overstated by 220,000. Please write that down somewhere, class. We'll have to summarize all these errors. So for 2017, net income is overstated by 220. Okay? Let's proceed to 2018. What were the errors we have determined in 2018? In 2018, again, expenses of 140,000 was not recorded because it was only recorded in 2019. So for the 140,000 class, your expenses must be understated also for this one. But the error in 2017 gave birth to another error in 2018. Again, what happened in 2017? Expenses were understated. Why was it understated? Because it was not recorded in 2017. When was it recorded? It was recorded in 2018. Should it have been recorded in 2018? No. So there will be another error in 2018. It would be the overstatement from this 220. So for your sales commission alone, you have two errors class. Overstated by 220, understated by 140. Again, write that down somewhere for you to remember those. Okay, again, overstated by 220, understated by 100. Sorry, we have another error in 2017 from the ending inventory. What happened in 2017? Ending inventory is understated. Can we proceed now to our summarized rule na lang, class? Let's not go the long analysis na lang. What's the relationship between ending inventory and net income, class? Correct. If ending inventory is understated, that means net income would also be understated. So for 2017, what happened? Net income is overstated by 220, but also at the same time, understated by understated by 400. So what's the net effect, class, in 2017? Net income is over by 220, understated by 400. What's the net effect? Understated by 100. What's the difference? 180. So it is understated by 180. And again, please write that down somewhere. For 2018, what did we have so far, class? Understated by 220 and then overstated by 140. But again, we also have an error in our ending inventory of 540. And again, what's the relationship between ending inventory and net income, class? Correct. So if your ending inventory is overstated by 540, what does that mean? Net income must also be overstated by 540. Okay, but again, that's not the only error for your cost of goods sold computation. The 2017 ending inventory will serve as the beginning inventory. So that means the beginning inventory in 2018 is also understated by 400. And again, what's the relationship between beginning inventory and net income? Indirect. So if beginning inventory is understated, what does that mean? Net income must be overstated. So far, what are the errors in 2018? Understated by 220, overstated by 140, overstated by 540, overstated by 400. So what would be the net adjustments needed here? How much, class? 540 plus 400, that's 940 plus 140, 1,040,000 minus 220. How much is 1,040,000 times 220? How much? 860? Again, write that down somewhere. 860,000. And then we have already computed for 2019 class, correct? Because the adjusted net income must be 3,830,000. That means the status of our net income in 2019 is understated by 830. And what is being asked here? We are asked for the adjusted balance of your retained earnings. So we have, what balance are we initially given? We're given with the January 1, 2019 balance. So we begin with 12,600,000. But we know that the 12,600,000 is erroneous, class, because it is misstated from the errors from the 2017 and 2018. 18. So let's make the adjustments. What were the misstatements in 2017? The net misstatement in 2017 class? Was it 180? Is it over or under? What happened, class? Understated? Understated by 180. So if net income is understated, what will happen to your retained earnings? It will also be understated. So for the to correct the misstatement from the 2017 transaction to our retained earnings, what do? We said it is understated, class. We will have to add 180 to your 12,600,000. Next, what else? 2018, what was the net misstatement in 2018, class? How much was it? 860? Is it an over or understatement? Overstatement. If net income is overstated, what will happen to your retained earning? Also overstated. And how do we correct an overstatement? Deduct. So deduct 860 from your 12,600,000. So what should have been the correct beginning balance, class? 12,600,000 plus understatement on 2017, class, plus 180. Was it 180? And then minus 860. How much will that give you? 11,920,000. So that should have been the beginning balance. Next, add the corrected net income now. The adjusted net income. How much is the correct net income? It is 3,830,000. And then deduct dividends declared of 1,750,000. Okay, so how much was the beginning balance supposedly, class? 11,920. 11,920 plus 3,830,000 minus 1,750, class. How much will that give you? 14 million. Make sure you computed it, class. I do not have here the computation. So the answer there would be 14 million. So this is also another reason why students do not like this topic, class, because the computation tends to be very long. Let's proceed to 16-12. As a result of the errors, by the way, why did we ignore the error in 2017 ending inventory, class? Again, it will no longer be relevant, class. It has already counterbalanced after 2 closing periods. 16-12, as a result of the errors, what was the effect on net income for 2019? So I think we can just focus with 2019 here. For 2019, what happened? Ending inventory is overstated. Again, what is our summarized rule, class? Relationship between ending inventory and net income. Direct. So, if ending inventory is overstated, that means net income must also be overstated by 40,000. Next, what else happened? Depreciation is understated. So if depreciation is understated by 60, what does that mean? Total expenses must be understated, and that would make your net income overstated. So far, what do we have? Overstated by 40 and overstated by 60. Next, failure to accrue salaries at year end. So we fail to recognize our expenses. So what does it mean? Our expenses will be understated. And if your expenses are understated, what will happen? Your net income would be overstated. So what do we have so far? Overstated by 40, overstated by 60, and overstated by 120. And then the beginning inventory, what happened, class? Because the ending inventory in 2018 is, what do you call this, class? Is understated. That would mean that the beginning inventory was overstated. And what's the relationship between beginning inventory and net income? Indirect. Okay, so, or inverse. If that means if beginning inventory is understated, that means net income must be overstated. So far, what do we have? Overstated by 40, overstated by 60, and overstated by 120, and overstated by 100. So far, what do we have, class? 300, 320. But that is not the answer. Why? Because of the error in 2018. If you fail to recognize the expense in 2018, what does that mean? The expense must have been recognized in 2019. So the 80,000 there was not recognized in 2018, even though it should have been recognized in 2018. What happened? It was recognized only in 2019. Should it have been recorded in 2019? No. Was it recorded in 2019? Yes. So that means your expenses is overstated by 80,000. So if your expenses are overstated by 80, what will happen to your net income? Net income will be understated. So we have a total of 320 overstatement, but offset the 80,000 understatement. The net error for 2019 is overstated by 240. Plus, why do we have to look for two things here? Because if the problem told you that salaries expense were misstated by this much, then that's it. Okay? But how was this presented in this problem? We were not told how much was the misstatement in 2019 for our salaries expense. What was given in the problem? We were told how much was not recorded at the end of 2018 and 2019. In other words, class, if you will be asked, how much was the misstatement in your salaries expense in 2019? How much was the misstatement? Then you would have said that it was understated by 40, class. The net between the 80 and the 120. Okay, so you will have to take into account these things, these two things, because what is given in the problem is not the misstatement in your expenses, but the error you have committed as far as record keeping is concerned. Basically the same as what we did in the previous problem. So again, the answer there would be bravo. Let's proceed to 16-13. What is the proper net income? During the course of an audit, the following data are discovered. Inventory in January 1 is overstated. Inventory on December 31 is understated. Class, make sure you know the analysis class, not just our summarized rule class. Okay, if you forget the summarized rule and you switch them, then everything would be wrong class. An insurance policy covering 3 years had been purchased on January 1, 2018 for 150,000. The entire amount was charged as an expense in 2018. During 2019, the entity received a 100,000 cash advance from a customer for merchandise to be manufactured and shipped during 2020. The amount had been credited to sales revenue. The gross profit on sale is 50%. Okay, so this should not have been reported as an income yet. The net income per book is 2 million. So we begin with 2 million. First adjustment class. Error in the beginning inventory. What was the error in the beginning inventory? Overstated by 300. What is the effect if beginning inventory is overstated? The effect in your net income would be opposite. So net income must be understated by 300. And how do you correct an understatement class? By increasing it equal to the amount of understatement. And how much is the understatement? 300. So you will add 300 to 2 million. Next, ending inventory is understated. What's the relationship between ending inventory and net income class? Direct. So if ending inventory is understated, that means net income will also be understated, equal to the amount of 500,000. And again, how do we correct an understatement? By increasing it or adding the amount of understatement. So 2 million plus 300 plus 500. Next, for 20, you might say that the third bullet is irrelevant, class. Okay, the error happened in 2018. But the error in 2018 has an effect on 2019. Why? Because some of the 150,000 should have been recorded as an expense in 2019. But the entity failed to do that because the entity recorded everything in 2018. How much insurance expense should have been recorded in 2019, class? It should have recorded an expense of 50. How much should have been the insurance expense in 2018? Class, how much? How much should have been the expense in 2018? We will not move on until you give me the number. 50. And then in 2019, it should be 50. In 2020, it should be 50. But what actually happened? The expense in 2018 was how much? 150, even though it should have only been 50. In 2019, what happened? Insurance expense was only 0, even though it should have been 50. The same thing would also happen in 2020. So as an effect, expenses, insurance expense in 2019 is understated by 50. And if expenses are understated, what will happen to your net income? Net income would be overstated. And how do you correct an overstatement? Deducting the amount of misstatement. So you deduct the 50,000. So far, what do we have? 2 million plus 300, 800, that's 28. And then minus 50, we will have 2,750. Next, entity received 100,000 cash advance from a customer for merchandise to be manufactured. The amount that been credited to sales revenue. Was it correct? Was it correct to record it as a revenue already, class? No, because there has been no delivery yet. So what happened? Sales revenue is overstated by how much? 100,000. If revenues are overstated, what will happen to your net income? Net income would also be overstated. And how do you correct an overstatement? By deducting or reducing it equal to the amount of overstatement. So what do we do here? Deduct 100,000. So from the 2,750,000, you deduct 100,000. Let's proceed to 16-14. What is the effect of the errors on net income for 2018? First, ending inventory in 2018 is understated. So I hope you've got this covered already, class. If ending inventory is understated, what will happen to your net income? Net income will also be understated. So that means there is an understatement of 500. The rest of the errors there are 2019. We have another 2018. What do we have for 2018? Depreciation was overstated, and depreciation is an expense. So that means expenses were overstated. And if expenses are overstated, what will happen to your net income? Net income will be what, class? Understated. Okay, so understated by 500 and understated by 250. What else do we have? The understatement of the 2018 ending inventory pertains to good in transit purchased FOB shipping point, which were not recorded in 2018 but paid in 2019. So what will happen here? The understatement of the 2018 ending inventory pertains to goods in transit. So meaning, class, if it is still in transit, it was not yet received. So it would not have been included in the inventory count. That's why we say that ending inventory is understated. But what's the other effect, class? If it has not yet been received, it would not have formed part of your tigas yet. Okay, so that means your tigas is also understated. And if Tigas is understated, what will be the effect on your net income? If Tigas is understated, cost of goods sold is understated. That means net income would be overstated, equal to 500,000. And how do you correct an overstatement? Deduct. So basically, the understatement in the ending inventory will be offset by the understatement also of your Tigas. So basically, the net effect here for 2018 will just be 250 understated. Next number, what is the effect of the errors on net income for 2019? What happened to the ending inventory class? Ending inventory is overstated, and relationship between ending inventory and net income is direct. So that means net income is also overstated. Okay, and then do not forget the beginning inventory. What happened to the beginning inventory? Uh, Ending inventory would be uh, understated. The ending inventory is understated, so that means the beginning inventory will be understated. If beginning inventory is understated, that means net income would be overstated. So both overstatements. And then uh, there will be another effect class. If it was not recorded in 2018, but recorded and paid in 2019, what else would be affected aside from your beginning inventory? Your purchases in 2019. So that means your purchases in 2019 is overstated. And if your purchases are overstated, what will happen? Tigas will also be overstated. And if Tigas is overstated, cost of goods sold would be overstated. And if cost of goods sold is overstated, that means net income would be understated. So be careful with these kind of problems, Kasa, because the effect would be dual class, which would just basically cancel, uh, which would result in offsetting of the two class. So again, first, net income is overstated by 800, overstated by the 500 due to the beginning inventory, but also understated because of the overstatement in your purchases. Next, what else happened in 2019? Accrued rent income. Accrued rent income is overstated. So what does that mean? Uh, if your rent income is accrued rent income is overstated, that means the amount of rent income you have recorded is overstated. So that means uh, your net income will be overstated as well. So you have another overstatement of 300. Next, accrued salaries is understated. If your accrued salaries is understated, that means your expenses are understated. And if your expenses are understated, that means your net income would be overstated. Another overstatement. Next, on December 31, 2019, fully depreciated. Machinery was sold for 100,000, but the sale was not recorded until 2020. So again, do not forget to realize class. If you are selling, because what does it mean if it is fully depreciated class? Its carrying amount is, if it's fully depreciated, how much is its carrying amount? It will be 0. And if you sold it for 100,000, what does it mean? It means that there will be a gain equal to 100,000. Okay, so there should be a gain of 100,000, but was it recorded at the time of sale? No. Should it have been recorded in 2019? Yes. Was it recorded in 2019? No. When was it recorded? Only in 2020. Okay, so that means the income in 2019 is also understated by 100. So far, what do we have, class? Cancel out the two 500s. We have the 800 overstated, 300, 150 overstated. That would be 1,250,000, but reduced by the understatement of 100. So the answer here would be 1,150,000. And basically, you can answer number 3 by aggregating the net effect in number 1 and number 2. What was the effect in number 1? Understated by 250 for 2018, and then for 2019, overstated by 1,150,000. So the net misstatement here that would be close to your retained earnings would be 1,150 minus 250 is 900. And which one was greater? The overstatement. So you will have 900,000 overstatement. Okay, let's end here, class. Okay, I can feel that you've grown bored of how easy the problems are.